Hey, welcome everybody to the Junk Room. I think you all know me by now. I'm the Junkman. I thought I'd do something a little different on Sundays. This is what I'm going to call Star Wars Chat Sunday, or maybe Junk Shit, or maybe Junk Chat Sunday. This is a more laid-back video. Not planned out. Not written. No Scott Valentine Day jokes. No Scott Valentine Day jokes. No Scott Valentine jokes. This is more just me and you. Well, I guess just me talking to you about Star Wars topics, toy topics, or whatever's in the news, or whatever the fuck I feel like talking about. Think of it as just your friends, casual, hanging out by the fire, talking Star Wars. So what are we going to talk about on this first episode? Well, as always, if you want to support this channel, go to patreon.com. I mean, I need support if I'm going to sit around and do videos like this. And first, I'm going to try not to edit this too much either, because it's more of a relaxing video. So I'm going to fuck up and say a bunch of stupid stuff, and stutter, and say some words wrong. So go ahead. Don't go thumb down, go thumbs up. And go over StarWarsJunk.net and buy some t-shirts. Blah, 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 blah. You know all of that. Fuck. Out of breath. Walked upstairs. Shit, I'm getting too old. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? Well, what's on our mind with Star Wars? No really any Star Wars news to talk about, but I'll talk about what I'm excited for in Star Wars, and that's Star Wars TV. Yes. No, it's not a TV set that looks like Star Wars, although that would be pretty cool. I'm going to talk about Star Wars on the small screen. I think I'm more excited about what's in store for Star Wars on their streaming network than I am for the movies. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of excited for Episode 9. I'm not thrilled for it. I like The Last Jedi, but it's just, we've had Star Wars so much, it's hard to get that hyped for it, especially now before we've seen anything. You know, it was easy to get hyped up for The Force Awakens because we hadn't had a Star Wars in over 10 years. So that's a little more understandable. So, Episode 9, I think once I see a trailer, I think I'll get more excited about that. When will we see a trailer? That's a good question. Well, I know people's going to say it. Super Bowl Sunday. We're not going to get a trailer on Super Bowl Sunday. If I had to guess, and I would put a lot of money on this, we're going to see the first teaser trailer in April. The first or maybe second night, but probably the first night of Star Wars Celebration. Why did I say maybe the second night? Because it's how it was in the last Celebration. However, we had the 40th anniversary on the first night, and that took over the actual Last Jedi panel. So I think it'll be opening night, but maybe second. But like I said, I'm not really that excited about Episode 9 yet. I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm really glad J.J. Abrams back. I know somebody's going to say, well, he just did a remake of The Force Awakens, or The Force Awakens, blah, blah, blah. You know, a lot of people like The Force Awakens that they tell me they didn't like it. Don't understand that. I don't see how you can't like The Force Awakens. Is it the best Star Wars movie ever? No, it's not the best Star Wars movie ever. Is it a good Star Wars movie? Hell yeah. Is it better than The Phantom Menace? Yes. Is it better than Attack of the Clones? Yes. It's better than any of the prequels. And it's better than that Clone Wars cartoon. In fact, I put it up there really close to Jedi. I really liked it, and I know it's got its faults. It's not the best movie ever, but when you break down the original Star Wars movies, they're not really the best movies ever. I know I shouldn't say that. They're my favorite movies ever, don't get me wrong. But they're not the best movies ever. You know what I'm saying? You can look at them and find flaws in them. And I think, as an adult, when we see stuff like The Force Awakens, we see a lot of faults that we kind of turn a blind eye to as a kid growing up on the original trilogy. I think a lot of us that have a problem with The Force Awakens, or maybe even The Last Jedi, or the new Star Wars, if we saw the original trilogy, yeah, if we saw the original trilogy as 30, 40 years old, I think we might have a lot of problems with that also. I mean, the acting's not the best in it. The writing's not always the best. But it's fun. And I think that's a problem we kind of overlook now as we get older. Just to go to the movies and have fun. Sit down in that movie theater. If you enjoy 2 hours of your day watching that movie, then you like the movie. I think a lot of people liked it. And then they get home and get online or they talk to their friends and they nitpick about this and that and who, Mary Sue, Mary who, Mary Lou and all this stuff. And they just take the fun out of it and can't enjoy it. But I wasn't going to talk about The Force Awakens and all that. I was going to talk about... What was I going to talk about? Shit. Oh yeah, the TV stuff. TV stuff. That's what I really like. First up, we got The Mandalorian, which is just fake Boba Fett TV show. It's someone in a Boba Fett type costume. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about the Mandalorian. I don't know a lot about the Mandalorians. You know, I heard about them growing up and everything. That Boba Fett was one of them. Had a uniform like him. But then it gets into the EU stuff, and they kind of change stuff around in those books, and then them books aren't canon anymore, but you have some stuff from, I think, the Clone Wars, or maybe Rebels that talk about them, so I can't keep up anymore. You know, I'm not that Star Wars explain guy. I can't explain everything. So I just know the Mandalorians has some bounty hunter guys, or some guys that dress up like Boba Fett, and I guess Boba Fett dresses up like him. So I'm really interested. I don't know which way they're going to go with it. It's being made by Jon Favreau, and I am a big Jon Favreau fan. All the way back from Swingers. I love Swingers. That's the movie he wrote in the early 90s. Man, wasn't the 90s a good time for independent, small movies like that? Which you had Swingers. He also did Made. Made's a really good one I don't hear people talk about. Check that out. If you never see Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn in Made, Favreau directed that one. That's a really good movie. You know, Favreau directed that as a Thor movie, too. It's kind of goofy, but it's a nice little kid. If you got kids, it's a fun movie to watch with them. He did another one. What didn't he do another one that's kind of like a Thor ripoff? No, I'm getting them mixed up. The Thor is kind of a ripoff of, not Jungle Book. What's that called? Jumanji. It's kind of like a Jumanji in space. But Favreau did do Cowboys and Aliens, and I hated that movie. I remember I went to see it with a friend, and we turned to each other when it went off. It was like, that was stupid. It's good when you can both agree on something like that, isn't it? When we don't say nothing during the movie, but we kind of just turn when the credits start. You're like, what? But he did Elf, one of the best Christmas movies in the last 10 years probably, or 20 years, however long it's been now. Really love Elf. Funny movie. Say what you will about Will Ferrell. Perfect casting for that role. No one else could play Elf like he did. It's a really good movie. So, Chef. Has anybody seen Chef, where he plays a cook? Jon Favreau wrote and directed, and he plays a cook. It's got Robert Downey Jr. in it. I know a lot of you are fans of the X-Men. Oh, well, he's Iron Man. Sorry. But that's a really good movie, too. If you like the small, independent type movies, real well written, I think you'll really enjoy Chef and stuff like that. So I really like this guy, and he's a Star Wars fan. I know for a long time, years back, his Twitter profile picture was an R5 unit, or R2 unit. It wasn't R2. It was a different one. I don't know which one it was. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to let me know. But, yeah, the TV show, that's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. Now, when I heard about the whole new Disney streaming thing, I said, I'm not buying another streaming thing. I got away from my DirecTV or my cable because I didn't want to pay so much for it. But then they want you to pay for Hulu. They want you to pay for Netflix. They want you to pay for Disney. They want you to pay for this. They want you to pay for that. They want to pay for this. Oh, it's only $7, only $8, only $10 a month. Yeah, but that shit adds up after a while. Then you got your internet bill. So now you're back in the same hole as much as you were paying for your DirecTV or cable. So I said I'm not going to buy it. But now I can't. I mean, they got too much going on it that I have to buy. So yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'm hoping they keep the price down low. And another thing, I'm sure I'm sure a lot of you are not going to agree with this, is I don't want them to release every episode in one day. I don't want to be like, okay, Mandalorian comes out Friday, here's all 10 episodes. I'm old school maybe. I don't want to marathon it. And I'm not going to marathon it. You know, I'm going to sit back and watch one a week. I like to watch it, let it sink in, get on Twitter, get on my Facebook, get on my YouTube, make a video, discuss that episode. Talk with you guys about it. Talk to my friends about it. What's going to happen next? What do you want to see happens and all that? And then maybe next week, watch episode 2. Then get back online. Talk about it again. Switch back what we're going to talk about. That's what I really love. This marathon thing I don't really get. One thing, who has the time to watch 10 one-hour shows all in a weekend? Okay, I might have the time, especially if I don't have my son over that weekend. Or I'm not talking to you guys on the YouTubes. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old to get in the marathon thing. I got a friend, he will marathon the shit out of anything. Oh, Stranger Things Season 2, it came out today. I already watched it. You already watched it? It just came out. Well, I sat home all day and watched it. I don't get it. But I don't get a lot about him because, like, Walking Dead, if it has a cliffhanger at the end of the season, he'll go on Google and everything, talk to everybody he can, till he gets spoilers. He knows what's going to happen. He can't stand it. He doesn't like cliffhangers, and then when he gets them, he spoils himself before the episode comes out. And I love cliffhangers. Why do I love cliffhangers so much? Look around. What is my favorite Star Wars movie? The Empire Strikes Back. What's the best movie cliffhanger of all times? The Empire Strikes Back. And we had to wait 3 years to see what happened to Han Solo. You think kids today could handle that? They couldn't even handle a year to year probably. But I love cliffhangers. I don't want to spoil myself. I love it. I love that waiting to see what's going to happen. Remember when The Walking Dead had that Negan episode where he's going to hit somebody with a bat? And everyone was like, oh, I can't believe you ended there. Didn't show who he hit. Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I'm a millennial. I got to know everything right now. Instant gratification. I like cliffhangers. And it's not just because of Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. It's because in the 80s, I used to watch The Guiding Light with my mom. I know it's a soap opera. I shouldn't sit here and talk about soap operas. But that Roger Thorpe. Wasn't that Roger Thorpe a badass? What a mean villain. But every Friday they would leave you hanging. Roger would rip his mask off when he comes back alive, or fall off a cliff, or Alan Spaulding would do something dirty, or Beth and Philip would break up, or something, and it would be an exciting weekend. Couldn't wait till Monday to see what was going to happen. I know. It's crazy. I'm watching soap operas with my mom. But I really got into it. I loved it. And I have a show called Blake 7. I have a show. There's a show called Blake 7. You heard me talk about it. Why do I love it? Because each show almost had a cliffhanger. They did something. Well, now it's common. They did a whole, one whole season was almost a whole storyline, which now that's what everybody does now. Which I think now everybody's overdoing it. Because I kind of like just having one episode be a story. And then when I want to go back and watch it, I can just watch that one episode without having to invest myself in the story and everything. That's what I like about The Next Generation. That's Star Trek for all you nerds out there. I can just pop on an episode of Star Trek, any episode, any season. I don't have to, know what's going on in that season, know the storyline all over it. So I don't know. But what we're talking about with The Mandalorian. Yeah, I hope they release them every week or two or something like that. I hope they just don't, release them all at one time. Because another thing, I know it'd take me, a month or two to watch all. Let's say there's 10 episodes. It'll take me a month or so to watch them 10 episodes. And you guys out there it'll take you a day or two. And everybody on Twitter will know. And I'll get full of spoilers. And I guess I can't ask Disney to accommodate me, but if I ran Disney or this Disney streaming thing, that's what I would do. I would just put it on every week. I'll put a new episode, maybe every Sunday night or something. But that's just me. I guess if they did release them all at one time, I could cancel my membership after I watch them, right? I wouldn't have to pay month to month. But maybe they'll put some other stuff on there too. So The Mandalorian, I don't really know much about The Mandalorian. Like I was saying, I know the movie takes place a few years after Return of the Jedi, which I think is nice. Really like that. I don't think we'll see any of the heroes. I don't want to see Han Solo, Princess Leia, Lando, Luke, and all them recast. Maybe Chewbacca, you could use Chewbacca, or the droids. Maybe they could pop in. Or maybe some of the minor characters might be good. Some of the aliens from Jabba's palace might show up. Bosk, the bounty hunters, or maybe some background. Maybe some rebels we saw. Maybe I can't think of any right now. Maybe that guy on Cheers. Maybe that guy on Cheers that was in the Empire. Maybe he can come back and play. Oh, he's a little old now. But you can recast somebody like that, a minor character. Maybe even Wedge. You know, we've had 2 people play Wedge already. 2 people in 1 movie playing Wedge. So I can see that. That'd be pretty good. But if they get away from the Rebel thing, that'd be okay with me too. I don't need Rebels and Empire. I'll be happy. Now, the Empire, now you're probably going to get it because there's a big struggle going on there. What happens to the Empire after Return of the Jedi? So I'm sure you'll get some Rebels and Empire stuff there also, but you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need a Rebels versus Empire in the storyline. But yeah, I can see it. I can see them coming, but like I said, I don't really know much about the Mandalorian. I just know Jon Favreau's doing it, and like I said, I've been a huge Jon Favreau fan for so long, almost all my adult life. So I'm really looking forward to that. And what's the other Disney show we've got? We got the Rogue One guy, Deanna Luga. Is that his name? Luna Caspian. I forget his full name right now. Here's where I'm going to upset some people. I'm not the biggest Rogue One fan. I've said it before. I think Rogue One ended good. Whenever I talk to people that really like Rogue One, I say, what do you like about it? And they say, oh, I like the last battle scene. Or they say, oh, Darth Vader scene. I give you. The last half of that movie when they're on the beach and the last battle scene and the X-Wing fighter scene is amazing. I love it. But before that, now when I watch it, kind of just wanting to get on up to that last battle scene. That whole beginning part with that squid thing that gets inside that man's head. I don't know. I think a lot of people see Rogue One and it ends on such a great ending, on such a high note, that that's what they think when they walk out. They think, oh man, I love it. And I loved it when I first saw it. But the more I watch it, I'm just waiting for that final battle scene and that Darth Vader scene. That's all I'm waiting for. Again, I don't hate the movie. Out of the new ones, I do think it's the worst one out of the new ones. Sorry, but that's what I think. I don't care about any of the characters. And I think Disney might have did that on purpose, but that's why it has no emotional impact at the end of the movie when they all die, because I don't care about any of these people. To me, they were just one-dimensional characters I didn't care about. None of them. Caspian, I guess, was probably my favorite out of all of them. I know people like the droid. The droid's okay. Maybe he'll be on the show. Maybe they'll show how they got him and reprogramming and everything. Caspian, I call him the wannabe Han Solo of the movie. He's okay. Out of everyone in that movie, if they were going to do a series based on one of those guys, he's the best one to do a movie on by far. So, well, not a movie, a TV show. So, I'm really looking forward to that. And it's great they got the same actor and they didn't have to recast it being it was on TV and stuff like that. So, I'm looking forward to it. I hope at least it will give his character more development. So when I go back and I do watch Rogue One, I'll like Rogue One more because I'll know more about that character. And at least then there'll be one character in Rogue One that I really connect with and really like. They just killed them off. I didn't care about them when they all died, and once they started killing them one by one right at the end. If they let them die throughout the movie, maybe that would have been more impactful. Maybe some in the middle, some of them died, then at the end, some of them died. Oh, I don't know. You guys love Rogue One a lot more than I did. A lot of you love Rogue One a lot more than I did. I did like Tarkin. I did like Tarkin in Rogue One. Sorry. I know you give me some shit about it, but I did. I liked Tarkin in Rogue One. I really did. I thought it looked really good. When they first showed him in its reflection on the window, and I thought, that's how they're going to do it. They're going to show a reflection of him the whole time. And I thought, that's smart. But then they showed his face. And maybe it was because I didn't watch Ant-Man or some of these other movies that did the whole young face, making people that's dead or old now look young. So it was new to me. I was like, man, it looked good to me. I know a lot of people rag on it and stuff, but is it perfect? No. But I can watch the original King Kong movie. It's not perfect. It doesn't take me out of the movie. I can tell it's stop animation. And I can tell the Tarkin guy is not real. It doesn't take me out of the movie. In fact, I saw it with my daughter, and she didn't even know it wasn't a real person because she doesn't know all the Star Wars backstory, who plays who, who's alive, who's not. But you know, the Rogue One TV show, Caspian or whatever they're going to call it again. I think Star Wars can really do something more on this new platform that we never had an opportunity as Star Wars fans to have. Of course, we had Star Wars TV shows back in the 80s. We had the Ewok TV show, well, TV movies. Whew, don't get me started on that. And then we had the holiday special and the cartoon series. Nothing really good. But I think with this new medium of streaming, I think we're not locked down to, hey, it's got to be this, it's got to be 30 minutes or it's got to be 60 minutes with commercials. So it's only going to be 45 minutes. You lock down to 45 minutes. You lock down to this. You can't do this. Network TV won't let you do that. Hopefully, Disney's going to get a little bold with it. Now, I'm not saying I want an R-rated Caspian. I don't want Caspian to scream out the F word every 3 seconds. But I like to know if they're writing a story and it's going to get dark, that they're not going to say, hey, that's too dark, we can't go there. Now, I do think the show will be aimed for families. So, but I think they will go kind of dark at times also. Caspian, as we saw, killed his informant guy for no reason, just because he didn't want his informant to get caught and blabble everything. So we can see Caspian can do, as he said himself, he's seen some bad stuff. So I don't know, I'm really looking forward to that. I really do. What we got coming up in the movies? We got Episode 9, and that's the only thing we have. Well, we got the Rian Johnson trilogy. I don't know when we're going to see that. I'm thinking 2024, some way beyond. I don't think we're going to see Star Wars movie every year like we did, thanks to Solo. I think it's going to be about every 2 years we'll get one. I think we'll get Episode 9. We'll get a break. They'll focus more on this Mandalorian and Caspian show and everything. And then 2 years after Episode 9, we'll get, well, we got the Game of Thrones guys doing a new series of Star Wars movies also. Hopefully Episode 9 is going to end that saga, the Luke Skywalker story. I don't care anything about seeing Episode 10 ever. But hey, I'll be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if 20 years from now they did in Episode 10 with a older Daisy Ridley and John Boyega and all of them, depending on who survives. But Kylo Ren better not survive Episode 9. That's what I'm going to say right there. You might see me asking to fire Kathleen Kennedy if Kylo Ren turns good, because I've seen that with Vader. I don't want to see that with Kylo Ren. And besides, Chewbacca's not going to forgive him. Chewbacca's not going to hang out with a guy that killed Han Solo, even if it is Han Solo's son. We need to see Kylo Ren die. Oh, how long have I been talking now? Almost 20 minutes, but that's what we got. We got the Game of Thrones guys. Now, I never watched Game of Thrones. I hear a lot about it, but you got to pay for HBO, and I'm not going to pay for HBO just to watch Game of Thrones. And it reminds me of one of those movies that take place during the King days, dragons, and I don't really like stuff like that. I don't really like movies about dragons and queens and Roman sandals and stuff. But well, we got those guys. I've never seen it. The rumor is there's going to do kind of an Old Republic movie, or a movie that takes, maybe not exactly Old Republic, but one that takes place, you know, back in that time period, a long time before the Star Wars movies. I'm not really huge on that idea, but I'd rather them go forward. I would love to see the universe 100 years from, let's say, the Force Awakens era, 100 years from there, but Disney wants to go back, and I'm sure they're going to go back. But we got that. They got the Rian Johnson trilogy that we really know nothing about, so I can't really comment on that yet, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I know there's been a lot of backlash. I know Disney's not one to give in the backlash like that, but just really don't hear much about it. But I know he's going to work on another movie before he starts working on that, so maybe that's why. Maybe we just haven't heard anything yet. Of course, there's the rumor Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. There's a new rumor that's stupid. It says George Lucas is going to produce it or direct it or something. There's a bunch of bullshit. It's stupid too. I would love to see an Obi-Wan movie, not because I want an Obi-Wan movie or not because I think I need an Obi-Wan movie. I want to see an Obi-Wan movie because I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. And I remember back when he was cast for The Phantom Menace, people was like, he can't play Alec Guinness. Look at that guy. He doesn't look like Alec Guinness. And now we can't imagine Obi-Wan without being played by him. Ewan McGregor is great. I mean, do I need Obi-Wan? Do I need that story? No, I don't. But I want to see Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan in a great Star Wars movie, or really better than we've got him in the prequels. But he's my favorite thing about the prequels. Even the Phantom Menace, I wish he did a little bit more, but I loved him when I left the Phantom Menace back in 1999. But, you know, since they're doing these TV shows on the Disney streaming thing, I think the Obi-Wan might be better. Do a one-time series, 10 episodes, 10, 12 episodes, one deal, no season 2, no season 3, one season, 10 episodes of Obi-Wan out there in the desert. Maybe he's got a, you know, he's probably got a lot of struggles inside himself that he has to deal with. I mean, look what happened to him. You know, we saw the death. He killed his best friend, or thinks he killed his best friend. At least his best friend, his brother, turned into Darth Vader. His whole life, the Jedi life, everything he knows is destroyed. So that's got to be eating him up inside. And I think that alone could make a great series right there. Him dealing with that, but you can't do a whole 10 episode him dealing with that. It'd be like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the emo years or something. He'd be sitting around cutting himself with a lightsaber or something. But, you know, you could have him maybe do maybe some stormtroopers come to Tatooine. I don't think anybody's looking for Luke Skywalker, because Darth Vader doesn't know about Luke Skywalker at that time period. But, maybe they're trying to track down Jedis, and they heard there's a Jedi on Tatooine. Maybe they don't know it's Darth Vader. Maybe they don't know it's Obi-Wan. And they come there tracking down, or he's got it. Or maybe he's just like some peacekeeper. Maybe he's, you know, maybe the rebels need him, and he leaves Tatooine for a little while. Maybe he goes on a mission or something. I'm not sure if I like that, because I kind of like it that the rebels haven't really had to use him since he's been there until A New Hope. Or maybe he just help out with local trouble. Maybe it's like the A-Team. Or, remember the Hulk, where he go town to town, the old Hulk 70s show, he go to town and help people out? Maybe it's like that. Maybe he's like the A-Team. Maybe he's for hire. Maybe, you know, some gangster's trying to take over the local deli or something, and he's going to come in there and bust up some heads. I don't know. I think you could do 10 episodes really good. Maybe not. Maybe that might be better than a movie. You know, I don't think I need a 3-movie deal for Obi-Wan. Just give me one Obi-Wan movie, or better yet, now that I think about it, yeah, I'd rather have like a 10, 12 episode series, just one season. That's all we need. Now, I'm not sure how long these Mandalorian or the Caspian series will be. I wouldn't mind if they just said from the beginning, hey, this is only going to be 3 seasons. It's going to be 10 episodes each season. We're going to do 3 seasons, and we're out of there. That'd be great. Because, you know, look at The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, or I did love The Walking Dead. Now I don't even watch it. They dragged it out so long, and now they're going to do spin-offs and spin-offs. Lost. Remember Lost? I loved Lost. And by the last season, I was tired of it, because they kept it going and going and going. Another show I really loved was Scrubs. You remember that show in the 2000s, Scrubs? And it just went on and on. I think it changed networks and lost the main actor and brought in new people. And I like a show that, hey, we're going to do 3 seasons. We're going to give you the story we want to tell. We've got it planned out from the beginning to the end. We're probably going to work a little bit on how we're going to get there. But we got it all planned out. Then we get the hell out of here. And I think with Jon Favreau doing so many movies and stuff, that they're not going to keep Jon Favreau on a 10-year or a 5-season deal. So I'm hoping Mandalorian is one, I'd go maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and then get it out of there. Same thing with the Caspian thing. You can't go on too long, because then it starts getting up to that period in Rogue One where we know what happens to him. So, you know, Caspian, give it a few seasons and get it out of here. Anyway, I'm rambling now. This, again, is a new series of videos I thought I would do, kind of like a Sunday chat, Sunday night chat. We'll come up here Sunday night, just kind of talk to you about a topic. You guys can tell me the topic you want to talk about, and I'll talk about it. It's not fancy. It's not me screaming, trying to make jokes, not throwing papers at the computer screen. Well, camera. I don't know why I said computer screen. Just kind of, you know, need a little fireplace going here and kick back, and we talk Star Wars. And, you know, a lot of YouTube guys say, hey, leave in the comments below what you think and all this, and they never read it. Have you noticed that? I know a lot of people, I leave comments, and no, they never read it. I try to at least click the little heart every time when I read, because I do read On Twitter, I do read all the tweets to me. I hit like so people know I read it. That's what I use the like button for, and I use it on YouTube. So when I say leave in the comments below so I can know what you think about this, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. I like reading the comments. And as I always share this video, I don't understand why I got 5,000 subs and only get about 300 views. But that's a whole nother thing to talk about. I could talk all day about YouTube and not understanding why I can't get more views. Not saying these are the best videos in the world, but it's a lot worse on YouTube. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting here with a big set of headphones on my ears just reading the latest news on the website and commenting on it. At least I'm trying to do something a little different here. So, tell your friends about Star Wars Junk and let me know in the comments below. Hit thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you like more of this little chat. And I might do it every Sunday or every other Sunday or who knows when we're going to do it. But if you enjoy this, let me know and I'll do more of them. And of course, we'll be back Monday with the random figure of the week. Although it's kind of let me down this time. I'll explain all that Monday and then Wednesday and videos throughout the week, and then Friday hopefully back with the news. Sorry I didn't have the news this week. Really slow week with Thanksgiving. Let me stop rambling now. I'm going to head on out of here, and I want to thank you for watching. Again, subscribe to this channel. Head over to Patreon to help support us or StarWarsJunk.net to buy some t-shirts. And we'll talk again.